You know, I think any instructor would be a fool to try to tell somebody that a specific skill set is more important than anything else. That the ability to make fire, for example, so that you can cook your food, purify water, and maintain a core body temperature is more important than collecting and purifying water. Or that's all more important than maintaining a core body temperature. Because truth be told, the most important skill set that you need right now is to deal with whatever you're facing right now in this moment. Does that make sense, friends? But there is a skill set that will test the limits every single time you put it into use. And I want to discuss that in this video. Coming up. It's such a beautiful morning out here, isn't it? Man, I love this. Getting off into the woods, getting myself back in some little cubby hole and feeling like I'm in a place where nobody's been, at least not in quite some time. I know on the channel I keep coming back to navigation, right? I keep circling back to navigation, and there's a couple reasons why, and I want to share both of them with you if I can learn how to talk this morning. You know, navigation will test everything that you have in you. In my opinion, it's kind of the cream of the crop, right? It's kind of at the upper level, that next tier. And I want to share with you why, as far as my first reason, and I'll share my second reason why I keep circling back to navigation. So what is it about navigating? It's such a simple prospect, really. We only have to do a couple things well or efficiently to be able to move out through some unknown areas. But it is a task that has certainly caused thousands of people every single year to have a search and rescue operation to come get them. It kicks soldiers and Marines and service members' butts out in the field when they're trying to find an 8 or 10 digit grid coordinate. Just moving off a few hundred meters. Right? Soldiers have died doing land navigation. What is it about exploring areas and getting off out here in these woods, right? What is it about that tree line and what's on the other side of it that can wreak such havoc on us? Truth be told, I think it's the unknown. We don't know what's back there because we've never been there. But that, my friends, is exactly why you need to go. It's calling us to come to it. That's one of the reasons why I spend so much time on this. Is because I know that it causes such heartache for so many people. And I think, truth be told, so many of us enjoy getting off out here into the woods and getting out there, right? Whether we're hunting, fishing, just having a good time, trying to work on, some bug out skills or just some bushcraft skills, right? Yet another reason why I think it's kind of the cream of the crop skill is because it changes the conditions for everything that you're doing. If I move 300 meters into the tree line in this direction, I have no idea the resources I'm going to find and have available to build a fire, to collect and purify my water, to maintain a core body temperature, to forage for food, to build a shelter. No idea what I'm going to find. It's going to be different if I move 400 meters in this direction, right? What if I move just 20 meters in this direction? It's all going to be different. Every single time, every single direction, every distance. It's all going to be different. And there's something to that, because it will test you, it will change you, right? So many of you have heard it before. The standards remain the same, but we can always change the conditions. We do things during the day, we do things at night. We go to different localities. We have different things in our packing list. But at the end of the day, the task and the standards don't change. So having the ability to get out it's kind of the metal, right? It's being forged in something deeper, hotter. It will refine you. It will purify all of your skills. It sure will. You know, you think about dudes centuries past, man, like pioneers, right? Just not even going back that far. And their ability to trek across country. I think about mountain man from my own experience. And their ability to move off in single pairs or just even by themselves or in small groups, right? With such a small kit and being able to do things that a lot of us can't do, right? A lot of us can't do it. Wouldn't that be something to set out for a couple hundred miles through this? Could you imagine that, friends? Whether you have a map or you don't, but being able to navigate from one place to another and being able to make it back. You can imagine how that would test your fortitude, how it will test your mettle, how it will test your will and your drive. It sure will. People have done it in the past. We can do it again. And it doesn't have to be as dangerous or as critical as a lot of us make it out to be. We don't have to be scared of getting off into the woods. I know it looks dark out there, but it's inviting, it's welcoming. Don't misunderstand me, friends. There are dangers. There's a lot of unknown. How I just came across some wolf scat. It was coyote anyways. A lot to be cognizant of when we're working around, keeping our head on a swivel, staying in the yellow, you know what I'm saying? So those are kind of all on the practical reasons why, the practical side, why I love land navigation. That's why I keep coming back to it. Because I don't think that there's near enough people who are spending enough time talking about it. I think there's more and more people who want to get off and explore. And again, whether you're just trying to explore, whether you're trying to do some bushcrafting, whether you just want to find a new place to hunt for some game or to run a trout line, right? But there is another reason. And that's because, you know, the rest of the channel here is kind of devoted to what I call tactical virtue, right? Tactical virtue. That is this idea that we need to have our values refined. We need to know what truly matters. We need to know what drives us. We need to know what it is that ultimately is the most important thing to us. And these values, they need to be incarnated in our lives. We need to flesh them out. We need to live them every single day. I can't tell you that selfless service is a value of mine if the only person I'm looking out for is number one. That would make me a hypocrite, a liar, a deceiver. And I refuse to live that way, my friends. And so navigation, as it turns out, is really a metaphor for life. It's really a metaphor for life. You see, friends, I think we need to know where we are in time and space. We need to be able to understand our surroundings. And has there never been a more important time than right now to know where we are at? Know where you stand right now. What is your environment like? What liabilities are around you? What assets do you have? Where are you trying to go, friends? What are your goals in life? Whether you're personal, professional, for your family, for yourself, for your community, for your loved ones. Where are you trying to go? What is your destination? How are you going to break that up between long-term and short-term goals? How are you going to get there, right? How are you going to navigate from one waypoint to the next until you finally get to your objective rally point so that you can move in and past that limit of advance, right? What kind of speed do you need to take along the way? What are some major, minor features that you can encounter that will help keep you on the right path? What is your distance? What is your azimuth? How do you need to account for things that may draw you, that declination, right? How do you need to account for that so that you can stay on the right track? What is your pace count? How can you keep track of the distance that you go every hour, every day, every month, every year? How are you going to stay on your route? And how are you going to recognize that you are where you wanted to be when you were back there in the past? And you said, I want to get to some place. But how many times have we seen people, they get somewhere and they're like, yes, this is what I wanted. But they're like, no, I wanted something different in my life. I wanted to be someplace else. I wanted a different environment, a different set of circumstances to be surrounding me. Now, we don't know if it was in the route planning or if it was their inability to recognize and to be content with what we have at this place, at this juncture. But we need to be able to recognize where we're at. And truth be told, to know that we never fully arrive. You're never there. I'm not there yet. And so I'm going to take another step forward towards all the things that I want. What is it that I truly want? I want to live my values every single day. Right? I want a deeper, more meaningful relationship with my wife and with my kids. I want to live in community with my brothers and my sisters. With you, right? Hey friends, let me know what you think about the content of this video, right? Let me know what you think about the importance of navigation, whether it's as a metaphor for life or is it just a practical skill that we need to master. Well, we can keep this conversation rolling. I look forward to it. If you did enjoy it, make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell if you haven't already done so, that you can stay up to date on some future content. And as always, until then, man, you stay out there and you stay stoked.